We've all been lied to about belly fat. Everyone says, eat less, move more, do more cardio. You've tried that and your belly hasn't budged. Here's the truth. After 40, belly fat isn't about calories, it's about hormones. And until you address that, nothing's going to change. In the next 11 minutes, you'll understand why belly fat accumulates differently after 40, which hormones are driving it, and the 5 specific strategies that actually reduce it. You've cut calories. You've done hundreds of crunches. You've run miles on the treadmill. Your arms and legs got smaller, but your belly still there. In fact, it might be worse than it was 5 years ago. Your jeans don't fit the same, and you're starting to think that this is just what happens after age 40. I'm Dr. Barbara Hessel. I'm board certified in obesity medicine with over 25 years of experience specializing in women's health. I've helped hundreds of women over 40 reduce belly fat by addressing the hormonal shifts that are causing it. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing something different. I'm going to show you the 5 reasons belly fat accumulates after age 40 and the specific strategies that address each one. Number 1, estrogen decline. Shifts fat storage to your belly. Before perimenopause, estrogen helps regulate where your body stores fat in the hips, thighs, and subcutaneous areas. As estrogen declines, fat storage shifts to the abdomen, specifically visceral fat. This is the dangerous fat that accumulates around the organs. This isn't aesthetic, it's actually metabolic. Visceral fat produces inflammatory compounds, it increases insulin resistance, and makes further fat loss exponentially harder. Your belly fat isn't about eating more, it's about estrogen storing it differently. I've worked with women who weigh the same as they did 10 years ago, but they've gained 2 to 3 inches around their waist. Body composition has completely shifted. They've lost muscle and gained visceral fat, even at the same weight. That's due to estrogen decline, redirecting fat storage, and it accelerates in perimenopause. So think of estrogen like a traffic controller at an intersection. It directs where things go: hips, thighs, subcutaneous fat. When estrogen drops, the traffic controller leaves and everything defaults to one route, straight to the belly. The traffic or fat storage is still happening. It's just all going to the same place now. So we need to stop thinking of belly fat after 40 as a calorie problem. We need to start thinking of it as a hormonal redistribution problem. Requires hormonal solutions, not just calorie restriction. But estrogen isn't the only hormone driving this. The next one makes belly fat even worse. Insulin resistance locks fat into your belly. After 40, especially with declining estrogen and increasing visceral fat, insulin sensitivity naturally declines. When you're insulin resistant, your body overproduces insulin in response to carbohydrates. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. It literally blocks fat burning and promotes fat storage, especially in the abdomen. You can be in a calorie deficit, but if insulin is chronically elevated, your body won't release stored belly fat efficiently. And let's face it, you can't cardio your way out of insulin resistance. I've tested women eating 1,400 calories with fasting insulin levels of 15 to 20, which should typically be under 5, who couldn't lose belly fat. Their bodies were producing so much insulin that fat burning was essentially turned off. Now, once we've addressed insulin resistance through meal timing, protein prioritization, and resistance training, belly fat starts to come off at the same calorie intake. So imagine trying to withdraw money from your bank account. Every time you swipe your card, it's declined, even though you have plenty in there. That's what high insulin does to your fat stores. The energy is there, but insulin has blocked the account. You can't access it no matter how hard you try. So here's the diagnostic question. Do you crave carbs or sugar, especially in the afternoon? Do you feel tired or foggy after meals? Is most of your weight concentrated around your midsection? If yes, the insulin resistance is likely blocking belly fat loss. And if insulin resistance isn't enough, this third hormone is making your belly even bigger. If this is clicking for you and you want personalized strategies for your specific situation, subscribe now. I release a new video every week with real solutions and not just generic advice. Point 3, chronic stress and cortisol are storing fat on your belly. Cortisol is your stress hormone. In short bursts, it's helpful. We actually need cortisol to wake up in the morning. But chronic elevation from work stress, poor sleep, over-exercising, or constant calorie restriction, it drives visceral fat storage. Cortisol increases appetite, especially for sugar and fat. It breaks down muscle for energy, and it preferentially stores fat in the abdomen. It also blocks the effects of other fat-burning hormones. So you could do everything right with diet and exercise, but if cortisol is chronically high, belly fat won't budge. Your belly fat might not be what you're eating, but it might be what's eating you. I've worked with high-achieving women, CEOs, executives, physicians, who eat clean, work out consistently, and still have stubborn belly fat. When we test cortisol, it's elevated because they're chronically stressed, sleeping 5 to 6 hours, doing intense workouts on top of demanding jobs. Their bodies are in constant fight or flight mode, and cortisol is directing every spare calorie straight to their midsection. Here's the diagnostic question. Ask yourself, are you under chronic work or life stress? Do you sleep less than 7 hours per night consistently? Are you doing high-intensity workouts 5 or more days a week? Do you feel wired and tired, anxious but exhausted? If you said yes to 2 or more, cortisol is likely contributing to belly fat storage. But even if you manage stress perfectly, there's still this fourth factor that's sabotaging you. Muscle loss makes belly fat look worse and harder to lose. After age 40, women lose 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade unless they're doing an intervention. Muscle is metabolically active. It burns calories at rest and improves insulin sensitivity. So when you lose muscle, your metabolic rate drops, insulin resistance increases, and body composition shifts. Even if you maintain the same weight, losing muscle and gaining fat, especially visceral fat, makes your belly appear larger and more pronounced. Your belly got bigger and everything around it got smaller. I've done body composition scans on women who weigh 150 pounds at age 50 and weighed 150 pounds at age 40. But at 50, they have 20 pounds less muscle and 20 pounds more fat, and most of it visceral. The scale says the same, but their bodies are completely different. The belly looks worse because the muscle that used to provide shape and tone is gone. Here's what to stop. Stop relying on cardio alone, avoiding strength training because you're afraid of bulking up, focusing only on the scale instead of body composition. And what to start? Prioritizing resistance training 2 to 3 times per week minimum. Progressive overload, meaning increasing reps or sets over time, making compound movements that build muscle efficiently like squats, deadlifts, rows, and presses. Tracking body composition, not just weight. Now, here's the exact protocol that addresses all 4 of these hormonal drivers. Here's the belly fat protocol. You could take immediate, tangible action. Reducing belly fat after age 40 requires a multi-pronged approach that simultaneously addresses insulin resistance, cortisol management, muscle preservation, and inflammation. No single tactic works in isolation, but this combination creates a hormonal environment where belly fat can actually be released and burned. So think of belly fat like a locked safe. You don't just need the right combination, you need to enter all the numbers in the right order. So protein is one number, strength training is another, sleep is the third, and stress management is the fourth. You miss any one, the safe stays locked. So tonight, implement the belly fat protocol for the next 30 days. It's only a month. Start with insulin management. Eat protein first at every meal, 25 to 30 grams minimum. Pair carbs with protein and fiber. Don't eat carbs alone. Reduce ultra-processed foods and added sugars. Consider a 12 to 14-hour overnight fast, meaning finish dinner by 7 p.m. and have breakfast at 8 or 9. Protocol component number 2, strength training is non-negotiable. 2 to 3 sessions per week minimum. Focus on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, rows, and presses. Progressive overload, meaning increasing weight or reps each week. 45 to 60 minutes per section. Protocol component number 3, cortisol management. 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, non-negotiable. Cortisol spikes with poor sleep. Reduce high-intensity cardio to twice per week max. Over-exercising raises cortisol. And daily stress management. Take a 10-minute walk, do breathing exercises, meditation, or journaling. Address chronic stressors where possible. Can you delegate, set boundaries, or find some support? Protocol number 4, anti-inflammatory nutrition. Omega-3 fatty acids daily, salmon 2 to 3 times per week, or supplement with 2 grams of EPA/DHA. Eat colorful vegetables, or we like to say eat the rainbow, at every meal. Antioxidants reduce inflammation. Eliminate or minimize alcohol. It directly increases visceral fat. Reduce inflammatory oils like seed oils and fried food. Why does this work? This protocol addresses all 4 hormonal drivers simultaneously. Protein and strength training improve insulin sensitivity by 20 to 30% and preserve muscle. Sleep and stress management reduce cortisol. Anti-inflammatory nutrition reduces the inflammatory cascade that visceral fat creates. Together, they create a hormonal environment where belly fat can actually be mobilized and burned. So here are the parameters. Commit to 30 days minimum. Hormonal changes take time. Track waist circumference weekly, which is more accurate than the scale for belly fat, or schedule a body composition. Prioritize sleep as much as nutrition and exercise. If you're not seeing progress after 30 days, consider testing your fasting insulin and thyroid testing. Belly fat after 40 isn't about doing more crunches or eating less. It's about understanding the hormonal shifts happening in your body and addressing them specifically. When you work with your hormones instead of against them, belly fat becomes manageable, not impossible. If you want a personalized plan that addresses your specific hormonal patterns and hunger type, the link to my metabolic momentum assessment is in the description. You'll get a roadmap designed for your body after 40, not just generic advice. And subscribe for more videos that give you real, science-backed strategies that actually work.